So me feel vulnerable every day no more. So me feel facing that problem. So what we as meeting for tali.
Yvonne Kevahu is a resident of Lord Howe Informal Settlement located in the Solomon Islands capital Honiara. The Lord Howe Informal Settlement was declared a no-go zone after a COVID-19 positive case was detected in the settlement on 19 January 2022, prompting an immediate localized lockdown. The deadly virus later infiltrated the Solomon Islands with widespread community transmission, prompting extended lockdowns in the capital, one of which was a 4-day lockdown, the longest ever in the country's history. But in the shadows of the distressing situation brought in by the COVID-19 pandemic, there is more than meets the eye. Prior to the COVID outbreak in Honiara, I took a visit to the Lord Howe Informal Settlement and Fishing Village Informal Settlement. Here, I discover a hidden epidemic that is threatening the health of residents living in shanty towns of Honiara. This is a story of Lord Howe and Fishing Village Informal Settlements, which are both located right in the heart of Honiara City, just a couple of kilometers apart along the coast. Their plights are often overlooked, yet their health, well-being and livelihood have been gradually affected by climate change and extreme weather events. Sandwiched by the rapid growth of the city, the Lord Howe Informal Settlement is highly exposed to cyclones and sea surges. It is also exposed to river flooding as it is situated at the mouth of Mataniko River. Miss Kevahu remembers well what happened in 2014 after a torrential downpour of more than 732 milliliters in Honiara over 4 days unleashed a great flood of water down the Mataniko River.
If I fishing na diarrhea, please so the beginning or the big man or that diarrhea too please. And now what some of us when we looking some lohi stakana or the Google hospital after flash flood. Meeting was that fala sikia him outbreak because any kind of rubbish no him come some come inside lo here with them na what animal we are milking some what a diet. What animal we are diana that during that fala flash and causing me fala too garam that fala sikia because what a diet inside lo here it's bad smell lo here so me fala flash with them not water too no good during the flash flood.
Climate change him result lo trend lo climate variability and also the past records we me garen where hemi show me what not trend lo temperature him go like or even increase lo the rainfall and time what the activities or him happen him also contribute lo the extreme events we me save Garem, yeah? So, like through low climate services, we have also linked low climate change. Because through low climate services, where you make Garem provision, where you miss a collecting data and analyzing, lo there you miss a looking now the trend low climate change, and that by miss I say, oh yeah man, temperature go up now, or salt water hem come up, or rain hemi by come strong, or hem by hem dry, or kind of same.
The risk of diarrheal disease increases in annual wet season from November to April and escalates during floods and natural disasters.
Extreme events or severe weather events, we may say, indirectly affect a lot of sectors, and one of them is health. And classic examples now is the diarrhea outbreaks, and in some cases too, malaria outbreaks. Basically, one of the reasons now is during severe weather events, you may get water flooding, which also due to the rainfall and also runoffs from the topography or mount hills or something. So that go down low rivers, and if you get proper treatment of water, it might lead to diarrhea or other diseases. Yeah?
Community here want something where
mi fala experience now leprosy. Death ya. After that all big one ya. Lo matan ko kamya. Mi fala attack lo leprosy ya. But people are afraid to tell them out. But then best for him out him, yeah? So that government blow him look sabe. For cleanliness, him change himself for cleanliness and godliness, yeah? Ba? So I want something where me like him for what the government blow me or look low inside the community blow me. Him affect law leprosy, yeah? But I got afraid to go out, tell him out. And even sometimes caused by what the diarrhea, yeah?
From experience where me lost some of the heavy floodings, yeah, that immigrant due to heavy rainfalls. One thing, Baba, you may not very obvious now is the increased low flooding, yeah, but I'm sorry, spoil them of the things like toilet facilities, yeah, or the latrines or the septic system or sewage system, and him pollutum now got underground water supply, and especially you may say infrastructure, yeah. So some of the things that him survey, spoil them because of heavy flooding, yeah. But by you notice him that all the toilet facilities or the block, yeah, then water him survey become contaminated. Eventually, people got experiencing belly-sore, diarrhea. Most of the cases that got go along or the clinics believe you me, but by or the experiencing, yeah, diarrhea, yeah. So of course, yes, there was some, but by me say in not very well documented records shown, but there are, people note him that there's a high diarrhea increase during this kind of time, yeah, then there's a heavy rainfall or other communities blaming.
The intensity of extreme weather events are influenced by climate change. I'm trying to find out how these extreme weather events that had occurred in Honiara in the past years had affected people living in these two informal settlements.
Hem problem where me look him na time flash flood yeah. You look him me valagarem ota vulnerable people lo here like osem ota disability people, ota where old people, ota pregnant women, osem ota no sabe go na no side see because of what waves here osem heavy too much wakata fogo in lo te osem ota no strong fogo in lo river ya otem to see kaino semena osem lo mi fala para no good too much sanitation ya because if mi van no garem people how ota mi fala osem every day no more osem mi fala facing problem na lo that one. If any for example like siki where imi garem this time ya ota talem mi before santi osem coronavirus coronavirus ya atau na osem meeting him if him kasem lo here ya I think area belum fala I think ota should die finish ni because mi fala no where mo ya mi fala lo dia no mo mi fala sa ko side see lo here no garem I think 2-3 no mo ota garem to ota se lo ya problem lo ota make mota ota sakul ya so osem lo here garem what underneath. So that one na misa always tell mo kata how even no garami any technical things more for doing that for sanitation and for no go underneath but stand make him mi fala garem way for mi fala garem to it. Him na what me always so me like tell mo sem lo osem mi tell na tala something where mi fala always face him na sanitation every house is no garem toilet I think 2-3 no more one fala 3 fala house no garem water maybe 4 fala this time 4 fala house no fala garem toilets majority lo yan no one mi fala use no ma side see most lot of houses lo yan no garem toilets.
I'm very alarming to even look him that only for fala household where me being observed or being informed that what normal garam this all proper toilet. Log the current situation where we are in now, me questioning you me a lot of things because at the end of the day, our problems, losad lo health now, but by me of big concern, yeah.
Like other people where me telling ya, other old people there, yeah, other pregnant woman, yeah, some other by delivering baby blockade, then how about go inside no more dirty water, some or something, and me concerning, then other old people, other disability people, or some na, you see me thinking that sanitation is very important for Valgarem, yeah, suppose me for no gare, so me feel facing too, so me feel vulnerable every day, no more, so me facing that problem. Semua tu ya meeting fatal.
Community we all must work what the waste belum no control them like working straight now or house where you stop you work him waste toilet please stop now and shower because shower house no more yeah no got them proper sanitation yeah was still all about it yeah and one mega tubular tank water and now me every time you ask him today no more yet like should every home law here honorable here should yeah team come one tank one home or like 4 whole house 4 in row yeah 4 whole house one public tank below get now instead of rainwater then go another one more also more later what changes will come here we also ready for meeting that one out by himself.
Health issues faced by these communities are caused by drivers of environmental change, according to the National Environmental Health Division.
Most of the issues where Amy story about they are pressures on the environment because of the different drivers, yeah, drivers that they may push by other things like natural environmental changes, yeah. One fella he may say climate change, or maybe the other one because of disasters. Maybe any natural disaster or man-made disasters can also. But there are other things, other confounding reasons or factors. Like one is the economic reasons.
Climate change is increasing the risk of extreme weather events.
The increase in temperature affects all the other climate variables like rainfall, drought, wind speed, which when it gets to certain level, it causes tropical cyclones. And that's why we have tropical cyclone season around November to April. In history, we never experienced tropical category 5 tropical cyclone. But now, in the last 2 or 3 years, we are now experiencing category 5 cyclones. And if we continue to increase temperature, we will be experiencing category 6 cyclones. Now, so category 6 cyclone will be experiencing around well over 350 kilometers per hour wind, which these buildings are not made for that. And therefore, any category 6 cyclones will definitely blow up the buildings we are sitting in right now.
You mean look what an effect you mean human being side too. Yeah, you mean that inherent no sick corona kakao. And probably now that Hemi start to come with them sample even worse sick by come. Just by 0.1 or 0.2 degrees change the temperature. Hemi allow now what type sick you may know experiencing for start for life come no war there.
Temperature Hemi increases, so we need to ensure that once the temperature is increased, low or the changes that have happened, there are new diseases we have also pop up come. Yeah? Some of the disease have me go through this fecal oral route, yeah, where even in toilet people go through all about, then someone have come and get in contact with them, and maybe flies semi transmit more, cockroaches, kind of thing, yeah.
With the increasing population in the settlements over the years, land is becoming scarce.
Now before, start have one long house no more, yeah, for one tribe. So even before home is about 6 tribe, yeah, 6 for house too represent Loya. But this time, bro, village here, instead of one house, inside measurement there, one house is comprised of 3 or 4 family inside. Same overcrowd, yeah. That's why some people move out. They will have to find them land for go instead of outside. Because once people stay together, once one fellow sick and break out, people all everyone the family, catch up now.
Come custom this time, yeah. Or the house stuck at mas na the house, yeah. But for everyone, waka no more. Sa wala wata comes stop no more. But sa wala wata tiny wata lugar mo, but wata stop no more the place, yeah. But occupy him too wata houses, yeah. Then sa wala wata building any kind of houses no more for stop because people stuck now, so nowhere for stop. So other building any kind small house too, apart from big house, yeah. So for people stop again. And now so but me looking more the population low here, so low here crowd now.
Waterborne diseases and poor living conditions pose a threat to the health and well-being of people living here. Mr. Titiulu said Mataniko River is heavily contaminated with E. coli.
Based on some of the surveys and recent water samples where you may carry out, the river was heavily contaminated with E. coli. Yeah. So all in all, we babay mi say him no safe for people for really go and use it. Time mi no current proper sanitation. Hemi tend to give him a more good environment, yeah, for this E. coli, for him accumulate, yeah, for him stop, and him sabe cause him now sicky. E. coli hemi, if hemi go out long environment, and then somehow him get into contact with them, sad long of food, yeah, or maybe other water sources blaming, and this is how him spread, yeah, him spread. And him start causing other kinds of sick, also diarrhea, dysentery.
So those are indirectly weather events or a lot of influential health. So those are only 2, yeah. But then like in some cases, you may also experience I'm not sure what now to call him, but red eye. As long as any airborne cause, blame bacteria or virus or whatever, because of the changes were caused by the weather or event here, and may also influence him to occurrence of the disease or sickness.
The Howe informal settlement was saved from the brunt of sea level rise and coastal erosion after a resilience initiative carried out by a Howe man who is a construction business owner in Honiara.
What the playing ground look here also. The last time water sabi go kasi the house here. That's all house lo there. Brown one yeah. Or the post blame inside Losina. No good so this time people settle good here from Loya to Berem. So they make him water stop good now.
Fishing village is grappling with the effects of coastal erosion.
Place blow up. Student blow me, got a beginning blow me for kindergarten for take an sample study blow or school blow. So what now spoil them. Spoil them this one, west blow got a student for go and break them. So me have to find them more, selling more for building up now. Like this side here and north side
and big something.
Chief Sato said he is taking on adaptation initiatives by planning to build a seawall along the coast of the village. But the chief calls on the government to live by its promise.
Me think and best for government of the day, or try doing what them tell them me falia. By me will work in sea wall for little bit stop him water or solar time oburo ara kamya by him spoil him.
Climate change is serious because everything is connected. It affects the social and environmental determinants of health, which are clean air, safe drinking water, sufficient food, and secure shelter. All these changes are inextricably linked to the health of human societies. We must take good care of our planet so that it takes care of us.